The Avengers. Oh, shit. It's not that part yet. That was a bit of a premature ejaculation, guys. But he's going to say the Avengers. It's going to happen.
Do that in real life.
It's going to happen. But, yeah, I feel like ejaculation is a word that explains when somebody says something inappropriate. Like, if a retard just starts saying random shit, like at my work, I'm like, he's ejaculating all over the place. But I think if you go to Webster and look up ejaculation, it's going to talk about semen. But like when people say shit inappropriate, that's like ejaculating. What do you think? Is that a good use of the term ejaculate?
No.
Well, you know, sometimes I hit and sometimes I miss, but I'm always swinging the bat, boys.
Well, in this case, you are not wrong.
What are you talking about?
The term ejaculation is the action of ejecting semen from the body, or it is something said quickly and suddenly.
Holy shit! There's some random brain cell in my head that actually remembered that. I thought I made that up.
By the way, don't I get introduced?
I probably read it what?
Don't I get introduced?
We've been introduced before. The boys know who you are. This, my friend, Black Mamba, Mega Mamba, the Is Lord. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's going to be doing... So we're doing a review of the Avengers. This is a review. Like, I call them one credit clears in the past, but really this is a game review. Like, I beat the game on one credit. I understand the game thoroughly. I'm sick of these motherfuckers doing reviews on games that don't even beat the game. They just like credit feed and, oh, we're going to fucking talk about pop culture and blah, 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 blah. No, man. If you can't beat the game, you shouldn't be reviewing the game. Oh, here, he's going to say it. He's going to say it. Here it comes. Say it. Captain America. Oh, I don't know why, but that fills my boomer heart with joy when he says the Avengers. Okay, so, yeah, we're reviewing it. Izzy's here. I don't know what I gave her homework to, like, fucking study this game, and she didn't do shit. School's out for her, I guess. She was in there, like, cramming as I came in. Like, I think I found the wrong game. She didn't fucking read up on the Avengers.
Sound like that.
Well, you do sound like that when you're, like, neglecting your homework in there when I told you to, like, study the Avengers. So, hey.
I don't need homework. I'm too pretty for that.
So I picked Iron Man there. Right, guys? So we are going to talk about this game. I'll tell you what's up with this game. This is a one credit clear.
You've said that.
Yeah, so I picked Iron Man. Now, there's reasons.
What are your reasons, dear?
So there's a couple reasons. One is because he doesn't walk like a Hoto. And my dad, the first comic I ever got was an Iron Man comic that my dad gave me. And, I mean, he doesn't walk. So Vision walks funny, guys. Like, I used to play Vision when I was a kid. So if you're going to play this game seriously, the obvious pick is either... Oh, what he says some weird shit right there. It should go well for you. There's some bad English in this game, and I love me some bad English. That's just like endearing to me. But anyways, yeah, about Iron Man and Vision and his walk cycle. So when I was a kid, I knew that Vision walked funny, you know? But like back then, like there weren't dudes just out and out being homo, right? Like I had some friends that were homo, but I didn't even know till later because they kept that shit secret. Nobody talked about it. But now, like, people are just out there being homo. And like, so now when I see like Vision walking like he is now, like he reminds me of like a gay dude, like in high heels or something. Like when you play Vision, he's got his arms out and he's just walking like he's in heels. Like, and you know, if you want to wear heels and walk around like that, like that's your thing, but I'm picking Iron Man.
I'd like to see that.
Okay,
because from a person who has worn heels, and I am a woman,
yeah.
So I've had more experience in heels, I would like to see this.
Yeah, you definitely have had more experience in heels. I never worn heels before.
Did you know that men actually used to wear heels? back in like the 1500s, and it was considered a status symbol.
That's some shit that people tell you just to like, because they're trolling you. Dudes
No.
never wore heels.
They did. King Louis the 14th wore heels. There's a picture of him in it with red heels.
Okay,
That's
okay.
where Louboutin gets
So,
their idea.
so right here, I'm fighting this guy Whirlwind. You see how I took almost all of his life away? 3/4 of his life? Just by throwing those barrels at him? Like, you can throw those barrels into the top bottom right corner and then jump attack into the bottom right corner and pretty much take this dude out. So that's the thing, like the bosses in this game, they all attack the same way. Like they have a memorizable pattern. They typically have like 3 attack patterns they'll do. Like that dude, he'll like tornado and then he'll walk around and try and melee you.
Now, are you picking Iron Man just because he walks good, or is there actually more of a method to your madness and he's actually more powerful than, say, Vision?
So what it is in this game is the meta is you jump and you shoot while you're jumping. Like you see me just shooting right here like that. Like sometimes you can do that, right? That's useful if you get guys on one side of the screen. But typically what you want to do is jump up and then shoot your projectile. And only Iron Man and Vision can do that. And that's like the most powerful attack. And it does good damage, probably as much damage as anything else in the game. But you're like invulnerable when you're jumping. So what you do is like you jump and you jump up from top to bottom. So you jump from the top of the screen and you move your sprite to the bottom, or you move from the bottom to the top. And while you're doing that, you shoot down. So the enemies in this game attack where you are, not where you're going. They don't seem to track your trajectory. So if you're moving from top to bottom on the screen, they're not going to hit you. They're going to shoot where you were. So that's why I pick Iron Man. Vision also can do that, but he's got that funky walk cycle. And his thighs are just big. And I don't know why that bothers me, but it does. Like, he's got these big-ass thighs. He's walking in Mos Hoto.
You're lucky I'm not offended by this.
Offended by what? By big...
thighs
Oh,
and heels.
Izzy got some thighs, guys. I like curves, you know. I think she has beautiful thighs, but I don't want to be a character in a game with big old thighs.
No, you just want some on me. That's okay, I can handle that.
So yeah, this is a shooter stage. This one's pretty easy. You saw that you can hold the attack and jump button, and he'll do this like shield that like defends himself. And later in the game, I actually used that because you don't get any points. There's no extends in this game. So like killing enemies doesn't get you anything as far as survival. So you might as well just try and get through.
So what's the purpose of this game? Like, who are you trying to get to? Thanos?
You trying to
world.
beat it on 1 credit
No, I
so
got
that
that
you can
part.
brag to your homies on YouTube.
No, I got that. What's the end game?
Oh, you got to beat Red Skull's giant robot.
There you
So
go.
there's a lot of robots. This is like a Sentinel. I don't know what
That's
he's
like in
doing.
Captain America, the movie.
Yeah, you on the Sentinel, you want to shoot his arms. I mean, yeah. What were you, Captain America?
They only
movie?
introduced the Red Skull in Captain America. I didn't see him in any other films, and that's all I
Yeah.
know of, really, the Avengers. And I didn't even watch all of them, so, you know. I'm a neophyte. It's alright.
Yes,
I'm more of a DC girl. It's okay. But
DC,
yeah.
like Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
So
But I like the Avengers. They were good.
okay,
I haven't had a
so
lot of experience.
so we got to talk about that.
Okay.
So this game and Konami's X-Men, I like to compare the two because they both represent their subject matter very well. I think Avengers actually is a better game. It's more fun to play. It actually represents the subject matter better, has better presentation than X-Men. And I'm an X-Men fan. Like as a kid, I did not like the Avengers because it has this kind of campy 1960s aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
Everything's cheesy. And I didn't like that as a kid. Now I can kind of appreciate that cheesy aesthetic. But back then, I was all about X-Men and the edgy aesthetic. Yeah, like But those games, X-Men and this game, feel like the comics. Like this does feel like a cheesy Avengers comic. It has the comic strip cutscenes, and the music is kind of campy. Even though the music's campy in this, I actually enjoy it more than the X-Men music, which is this weird hip-hop shit. Like this game is actually kind of like comfort food for me. It's, it's cheesy, it's fun. Once you learn how to 1cc this game, guys, it's actually pretty easy. You can memorize everything. Like this guy has like 3 attack patterns. I like to walk over here and like pick up the can to kill him. It's just funny that he dies by getting hit in the face with a can right there. I don't know, that just kind of fills me with joy to do that. But yeah, I was not an Avengers fan as a kid, but this game is fun to play. It's like a 4-player arcade sit-down cabinet. And playing it now, it has more versatility. Like the X-Men arcade game, it looks beautiful, but it's kind of boring to play. Like all you do in that game is you can melee and you can jump attack. In this, there's more variation. Like here you see me doing this jump attack, which is probably like the best attack in the game. But you can also dash attack. You can also melee. When you melee in this, you want to make sure you attack their feet so that your sprite, like right there, I'm below the sprite so that my hitbox runs into their hurt box first. You want to be below them when you attack. You can also throw things in this game. You can shoot on the ground. You have like a shield you can make that's useful on the shooter stages. You can pick guys up and throw them. The throw, I just can't do reliably, so I tend not to do it. The bosses in this game are predictable, versus in X-Men, they're not. Like, on X-Men, it's kind of random. Like, you do your best, but sometimes the boss will just kill you. I don't like that. Like, once you memorize this game, guys, you can beat it.
Do you play Iron Man the entire time through?
Yeah, you don't get to pick.
Each level?
No, you stuck with Iron Man. Hawkeye and Captain America don't have this jump attack like I'm doing right here. When they jump attack, their whole body flies at the enemy. So that's not, because then you can get hit if you're flying towards them.
Who's the guy in the Speedo?
Oh, that's Namor, or Namor, as they say in the movie that came out like last year or whatever. He's like a fish man.
Oh, so he's like DC's Aquaman. Got it.
He's pissed because people pollute his oceans. So he's kind of like Magneto, where he wants to kill all humans because they keep dumping shit into the sea. And he's pissed. But that's his deal. Yeah, so you get little guest appearances. People show up. Quicksilver shows up. We got to talk about him. So there's Namor. He just kind of fucking shows up. Like, he doesn't help you. I guess maybe he kills like one enemy, but this guy's name's Mech Taco. I think taco means like
me? It means octopus in Japanese. It's taco.
He does look like an octopus. They probably like
mechanic octopus, that's what it means.
They just got lazy and didn't even bother trying to translate taco.
It is not taco, it's taku.
That shit said taco.
I know.
That's a mechanical taco.
Yeah, I know. It's mech taco.
Yeah.
But it's mechanical taco. It's like when I say anime. You have to say it right.
This is American. This game is this is the Avengers. This isn't ethnic.
I can't help it. It's kind of like when I say,
You need to be speaking English in
I
here.
can't help it. I can't help it. I can't turn off the accent.
Yeah, Izzy went to Japan, and now she's the expert on Japanese.
More so
in the
than
house.
you?
She is. She knows things. Okay, he has that jump dash attack, which is, you can use that situation. There's Quicksilver. You see, he just gave me a health boost. I think he gives you a 15% boost.
Oh.
And that's the thing about this game we got to talk about.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So,
I remember Quicksilver.
Yeah, he's super fast, like a jellyfish.
I know. I remember. I was trying.
That's why he runs in this game. Because he's fast.
No, I got that part. I was trying to think of something else, and I didn't want to say anything because I'm like, I don't know how much I want to spoil this. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to connect the dots here.
Yeah, you can't spoil this game. This game is like 20 years old, 30 years old.
No, I meant like, so who's Quicksilver? I thought that was in X-Men.
Yeah, well, so there's some crossovers. So Magneto's had babies.
Yeah, I know.
And one of his
That was
babies
kids.
was Quicksilver, and the other one
And-
was Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Now,
they're
Scarlet
twins.
Witch is in the Avengers.
Right, well, so is Quicksilver.
Well,
He is.
that's how he shows up in the Avengers.
Yeah.
Because Magnetus had babies. I forget who he had babies with. Do you
Yeah.
know who his baby?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember, like, from the movie, but that's not, like,
I don't
accurate.
remember. I want to say it was that Scottish broad.
I don't remember
Anyways,
it was anyone of note. Like, she's not like part of the team or anything.
I love that Red Skull laugh. But about Quicksilver. So he does health drops. He drops 15% health, and there's about 5 of them in the game. Or maybe it's 20% health. So you start off the game with 100% health, and it does not rejuvenate in between levels. And you pick up those 5 shields, which means you basically have like 200% health to get through the game. If one of those green guys attacks you, like a basic enemy, they'll do like 5% damage, whereas the bosses typically do like 15% damage. So in one sense, the game seems hard because you don't get health refills, whereas in like X-Men, you can fuck up on a level, and as long as you get through the level with your health, it's going to refill on the next level and you're good. On this one, if you fuck up early in the game, you got to carry those mistakes all the way through. On the other hand, if you think about it, if 10 enemies, we'll just say 20 enemies hit you that are basic enemies at 5% health, you can make 20 mistakes, and that's 100% health. And then you can make like, let's say 5 mistakes with the boss enemies. So you can make like 50, and that's 15 times 5. What the fuck is, why am I asking you to do math?
Seriously, that is not smart.
It's like, I don't know, 80%.
I can't do math, guys. I can't do math for shit. He's the math genius.
I can do
I have other
arithmetic.
skills. I have other skills.
I can
It's not
arithmetic.
Arithmetic.
So you can get hit like 10 times by these little peon guys, or 20 times. And then you can get hit like 5 times by the bosses. That's like 15 mistakes, 20, 25 mistakes you're allowed to make.
Ooh.
Which is a lot in a game. Like, compare that to like a shooter where you get hit once and you're dead. You might get like 4 extends in the game and 6 lives, but that's still 6 mistakes you're allowed to make. Whereas in this, you can make like 15 mistakes. Doesn't Juggernaut look goofy, dude? Like, what the fuck did they put like an eyeball in his head? I don't know what's up with that. Somebody like wasn't familiar with the Avengers lore when they made this game.
Who's the guy with the shield?
I don't know. I wasn't a big Avengers reader. My dad would, he worked in a grocery store, and he would buy Iron Man comics. They used to have comics on these stripper poles that you'd spin.
Poles?
Yeah, they looked like a stripper pole, but instead of
That's
a
not
chick
favorite.
spinning around them, there was comics or magazines,
So it's a comic pole.
like a carousel. And they had them in grocery stores. And my dad would buy them on his lunch break. He'd buy Iron Man and he'd bring them home to me. And I would read Iron Man, but I never really read Avengers. So I don't
Who's
really.
your favorite character?
What, in the Avengers?
Yeah.
Iron Man.
Don't you have one?
I like
it
Iron
is. So it is Iron Man. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I played his Vision when I was a
But
kid. I thought he was
in
cool.
the Norse mythology, so I really thought you'd like Thor.
Thor, I tried reading Thor comics.
And don't
I
forget
couldn't
the-
get, it's like cheesy. I don't know. Like, I don't have a lot to say about that. I just never got into it. But if you go and read Iron Man, I feel like it's pretty well written shit. Like the 80s and 90s Iron Man.
What about Doctor Strange?
It's cheesy. I couldn't get into it.
Really?
Yeah, I never could get into Doctors. I read some of that. I would actually like to go back and read some of that cosmic stuff.
I like Doctor Strange.
Did you?
idea. I like the idea of Doctor Strange. I like the movies Doctor Strange. I can't compare the comics because I didn't read those comics. Those weren't my comics that I read, so.
Yeah, I read a little bit of Doctor Strange. This is Ultron. Who played Ultron in the movies? It was some famous dude.
If I'm not mistaken, it was James Spader, because that's not right.
I think it was.
No, I don't know. Hold on.
How the hell do you remember that?
That's my skill. That's my superpower.
I do the arithmetic. She remembers the movie actors. Yeah, on these bosses, like on all of them through the whole game, you can just do this jump attack. There's a couple where so you see me meleeing there, and then I get hit. The thing is, if you can melee on these guys when they try to melee on you, and as long as you're both meleeing, your punches are going to take precedence as long as your sprite's below their sprite. But he might switch his attack pattern and start shooting, at which point you're going to get fucked, and he's going to do like 15% damage. So it's just safer to do this jump shit. So I did a dash attack there, which probably wasn't very smart. Probably got frustrated.
Yep. James Spader. Ultron in the movie. Avengers Age of Ultron was James Spader.
It's weird thinking of James Spader in a Marvel movie.
2015. Well, he had the voice for it. Come on. By the time he...
Really?
Yeah. You remember him when he was younger, and his voice has changed by the time he, was over 40. It was great. I mean, come on, The Blacklist. You don't know The Blacklist.
I don't know. I just know James Spader from, like, Tough Turf.
You never watched that, so don't even
I
start
want to
with
watch
me.
it.
I found that movie before you.
I listened to the band.
You only found that movie because of the band. I found the movie because of James Spader, so, shh. That and I saw Secretary, which you were uncomfortable with.
Yeah, I'm not like a James Spader stan over here. So this level...
Notice how quickly he changes the subject.
Yeah, I want to
I'm
talk
a huge
about
James Spader
Secretary.
fan. The Secretary's great.
The lady's crawling on her knees in the car. So see, look,
Don't start. I will open that can of worms, and it was part of something else that, we can get into later. Continue.
You see how I use the shield there and I don't try to attack those guys? That part's kind of hard. Like, you can die there. And I'm not quick enough with my buttons. Like, you gotta mash right here. Like, I'm not using turbo fire. So it's just easier to hold down the defense button, your shield, and just dodge everything. Which, to me, is cool. Like, it means I make use of, one of the varied attacks that you get in this game. And there's a spot for every attack in this game. There are situational, like, you're not going to be using your shield through the whole game, but you do use it in spots. And there's that jump attack. You like jump and do the dive punch, and there's a spot like right here coming up where I use it. Specifically, it's because right here you're in a narrow spot, so you can't do your jump projectile attack because you'll just shoot over them. So instead, I do my jump dive punch, and it works really well for this one spot. And I use my melee just punch attack sometimes. I use the dash attack. This is a fun game. It's a fun beat 'em up. It's got some variation in it. And it's got that nostalgia because for me, they had this game at the bowling alley where I was a kid. And
which was really interesting about our history, if you'd like to go into that.
What?
Our history. The idea that your father worked at a grocery store that was literally 2 blocks away from my grandparents, and I used to go to that grocery store all the time with my grandma.
Did you see the stripper pole?
No, I was
She
not.
had got no eyes for comics, this broad.
No, I don't. I got eyes for you, baby.
Oh, nice comeback.
Thank you.
Oh, this guy here, he's hard. So he's one of the few... Oh, wait, you don't fight him right now. You fight these dudes. These guys... Okay, so they're one of the few enemy bosses in the game that I use the dash attack on. I don't know why. It just seems to work really well on them. It does a lot of damage. It's also risky. I had to stop and use save states on this spot and, like, figure out how to get through this. This is one of the harder spots in the game. So, the whirlwind guy, I had to use save states and figure out how to beat him, the first boss. These guys, I had to figure out. That crossbones guy that just introduced these two control guys. Him coming up, I had to figure out how to beat, like use save states. And there's like one enemy section coming up, I'll tell you. I had to like practice on it. You know, and like I could go into detail how to beat those spots, but if you really want to beat the game, I think you just get yourself an emulator and use some save states and, you know, grind it out. Use the jump attack, use the dash. Hey, there's Mech Taco. Tacoing it up, taco style.
Stop it. It's taco.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's taco.
Oh, here he is. This dude. Can't go through. Okay. So I used to, when I first started playing this, I wanted to pick everything up and throw it. But your little jump projectile does pretty much the same damage as picking an item up. And picking items up often doesn't work. Like, you just don't pick it up. So you get fucking handled because you're sitting over there spazzing out trying to pick something up. So you're better off just getting all that shit out of the way. So yeah, this guy does this jump attack that does pretty heavy damage. So your best bet is to like do the up and down jump projectile thing. But yeah, he's the hardest boss in the game. And you know, you do Oki on him, like right when he's getting up, you want to have that attack ready for him.
Oki.
Yeah, Oki is like a Japanese term. Oki zeme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's a word in Japanese. It means like kick that ass right when they're trying to get off their ass.
I think you mean okay.
Okizeme.
Okizeme.
It's not Okizumi. If you say Okizumi, I'll tease you. People say that shit. It's like when you're playing a game and the enemy's trying to get off his butt and you have an attack just waiting for him when he gets off. Here's Red Skull smoking in a video game. You don't see that anymore.
Hey, he's got one of those sticks. Those
that was
long
a cigarette.
Extenders. No, didn't you see? It looked like a long extender.
Oh, because he doesn't want to get his fingers dirty because he's got style.
Yeah. They have actually different lengths. So back in like the 20s and 30s, they actually had different lengths. So you see the long one in like Breakfast at Tiffany's, but they actually had short ones. Little known fact, during the filming of Planet of the Apes with Charlton Heston, due to the fact that the actors could not mess up their makeup, and because their makeup protruded from their mouth because they were looking like apes, everyone smoked out of a cigarette extender. And so on set, when you see behind the scenes, you see all of the actors who were apes or orangutans or gorillas smoking with a cigarette extender. I was raised by my grandparents.
Sometimes I feel like Charlton Heston.
Oh, why? Really?
Because, like, I'm surrounded by, like, damn dirty apes. You know, I'm like the only human left on this planet. Everyone else has lost their biscuit.
And who am I, Nova?
But hey, I wanted to say, that spot right there where Izzy was going off about fashion and shit, that's like the hardest fucking spot in the game. And I found a way to cheese it. Did you see I just sat in the corner? And like I jumped out from like, I don't even know what I was hiding behind. But there's like an invisible wall there. And you just fucking handle them. But you want to get in that corner, like right when that shit starts up. She's stealing my whiskey. You know what? She's conditioned me. Like, I don't even care anymore. I've been abused so much by this woman that when she steals my whiskey now, like, I don't even feel anything.
Oh, it's such abuse what you go
Life's
through.
rough, guys.
Life's
Like,
rough when I steal your whiskey.
The struggle is real.
So terrible. Complain to your friends and your fans that your gorgeous, beautiful wife steals your whiskey.
Oh, toot your own horn. This boss is easy, guys. I don't even fucking... I mean, you'll figure it out. He has like 3 attacks. You just fucking do the same shit, the jump attack. But yeah, that last section before him, when those enemies first come out, you want to just sit in the bottom left corner and just mash your melee attack. You'll probably get hit once, but at least you're not going to get hit like fucking 10 times and die. And then after you kill the enemies in the corner, you just jump out from behind that pillar. And
It's like a red Terminator.
I think it's Red Skull, like with his it's his robot skull. Like he made a copy of himself. Like I don't know. Like there he is in glass, and I don't know what's going on. Like there is like a script and a story to this game, and I want to like it. Like I like that the game has like cutscenes and shit. Oh, I'm popping off. You can hear me. I believe. No, this wasn't the first time I one credit cleared this. I had one credit cleared it before it. And I was like, okay, I got this game by the ass. I feel like once you beat this game once, guys, you'll have it by the ass. It's one of those games that you kind of memorize and figure out, and then it's not that hard. Unlike X-Men, where you fucking beat it and you just kind of get lucky, and you got to sit there and play it like 5 times in a row, 10 times until like you get a lucky run.
Which, P.S., sorry, back to fashion. Planet of the Apes was not made in the 20s and 30s. Just want that to be known.
Why the fuck are you saying that? Did I say that shit?
No, I said that shit because that's kind of when the cigarette, like, took
Oh.
off. Like, cigarette thing took off, and you can see it at Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Nobody knows what cigarettes are anymore. They vape now.
I know,
That's what these
everyone
Zoomers
vapes.
do.
I know, but I was raised with grandparents who actually grew up smoking. So both my grandparents smoked, and
Really?
they were from, both sets, and they were from the 20s and 30s. That's when they were born, but that's not
Yeah.
actually when cigarettes were huge. It was actually in the 60s, maybe even 50s and 60s, but it was actually huge all the way until almost I want to say like the 70s.
What, smoking cigarettes?
Yeah, and
I know
80s.
because I skateboard, and dudes that skate do drugs and they smoke. And you'd see
Yeah.
them smoking at the skate park until like 2000 fucking pretty recently. I feel
Really?
like it was a gradual
in
thing.
the 90s. In the 90s, I remember it was a big deal.
Everybody
It
smoked
was-
at the skate park in the 90s.
Okay, but not. I remember.
Well, there was
going
no
through,
skate
like,
parks. Like they
Yeah, I
showed
remember
up in
going
the
through
early
like
2000s.
school stuff where it was like cigarettes are bad and all this other stuff, and it was like in the 90s was when it was like becoming not as fashionable quotation marks to smoke, whereas from the 20s to like I want to say the 80s it was popular. And then the only reason one set of my grandparents quit smoking is because, they got sick, and then the other set, like, they just smoked until the end of their lifetime. So, anyway, I just wanted
There's vision.
clarification there. Where's the walk?
See his thighs?
Where?
The thighs are big.
No. Where's the thighs?
Well,
see
you had a
nothing.
chance.
I'm
You
not-
were fucking going on about style again and cigarettes.
My eyeballs
He's
are
the
on
white
the screen.
dude. He's got his cape on.
I thought he was pink.
No, he's white. Why the fuck would he be pink?
I don't, because he was
Look,
pink
look,
in
look
the
at his
movie.
thighs. Look at his thighs. Look
Where?
at his thighs.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. The thighs are real.
It's some nice quads. He's got some nice quads.
No. It's a bit much.
Men are supposed to have, like, nice quads. Women just have thick thighs, which
Well-
are like me.
All right. Well, you can be... when we play, me and you will one credit clear this game together. And you can be, Big Boy Vision, and I'll be Iron Man.
I'm waiting for the walk. All I see is him flying around.
I don't think you're going to see the walk.
Too bad.
All right, anything else we want? The game's basically over before. Oh, hey, so I haven't done a video in a while because I started a business and that shit took like a year and like basically failed. So like now I got to go and I owe a bunch of money. So I'm going to go fucking work a job for like 3 months. Like I'm going to be like in Sodom and Gomorrah fucking working in San Francisco.
Anyway,
Living in my van, so I won't be able to like make videos. But
he'll be back.
when I come back in 3 months, like there's a good chance I'm gonna have like way more time off. So I want to start making. I got like some CRT videos and a projector video, and I got like some more one credit clears and shit. So I got some ideas for videos lined up, but it's probably gonna be a while because I gotta go fucking live in my van for 3 months.
So give him some ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got it, well,
Give
Don't give me.
ideas.
I ain't gonna fucking do your guys' ideas.
Well, give
Make
us
your own
ideas.
videos. Like
Oh,
I
stop.
fucking do videos I want to do.
Wasp?
I don't need any.
Who the
I have
fuck
plenty
is
of
Wasp?
ideas. Wasp.
Submariner. Oh my god.
Submariner. They spell that shit wrong.
I don't know. Anyway,
Hey, here
but
they all
also
are.
give recommendations for what you want
I don't
to
take.
hear us do together. Other games.
Yeah, go. I mean, if you want to fucking do what they say, I do what I want to do. I'm a grown man. I don't need to ask people.
I know.
I'll make
Jared.
videos.
Avengers.
There's me popping off. What was I gonna say? Something I was gonna say.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember. It's too late, guys. It's like fucking Sunday night. Kids been to bed. I've been working all day, drinking, and you know, I'm like TikTok. I work till my work ran down,
When I beat it
and then I fucking.
6 million.
What do
I
you
guess.
talk till your talk ran down?
No, 600,000.
And, you know, I would start thinking, but that shit hurts. So we're just going to skip
Later,
that.
dude.
All right, say bye to the boys.
Bye, boys.